Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create a flow which monitors Google Drive or a specific folder, and if a user downloads a certain number of files within a certain time span, it suspends the user. For example, you can say if any user downloads more than 10 files in 1 hour, then suspend the user. So let's get started. In order to do that, we're going to create a flow with Google Audit Activity as a trigger. I say file download, just give it a name. Let me configure the trigger. I have already created a connection. If you have not, you can create on a plus button. Just remember, for this trigger, the user used to create a connection needs to have admin rights. So the application we want to monitor is Drive, and the event we want to monitor is download. And we want to monitor it for all users. Now, if you're wondering where I get this information from, if you go down here, click on the link, you can see a list of events which you can monitor for any given Google Workspace services. In this example, these are the events for Google Drive. So you click on Google Drive, you can monitor all these events. Now we are interested in the download events, so that's the one. I copy pasted it, and once the file runs, we get a list of all the files. Get a list of all these properties in the flow. Let's go back here. We want to run it for all users. You can limit it to a specific user, and also you can apply more filter, saying that only show me if the downloaded files are of type PDF. Now that we have done that, so remember, every time someone downloads a file, this process is going to run. So let's actually publish it and run it. What I'm going to do, log to history. I say go get the actor. Actor is a person who's downloaded, and a file. I'll just say. Let's just go and publish it. If I go to my drive, probably my drive. Say if I want to download the PDF file, or this file, doesn't matter really. As soon as I download it, it converts them to PowerPoint, downloads it. If I go back to Zenphi, go back here, you should see an instance of it running. And as you can see, it says Vahida test. So Zenphi.com downloaded the file. So that means every time someone downloads a file, this flow is now going to get notified. But what we want to do, we want to see if the user has downloaded more than 10 files in the past one hour. So here we've got an action called list activities. Every time a user downloads it, we want to go and see, give me all the activities for this user. Now this time we're going to be specific for this user who just downloaded a file. And application name is going to be Drive, and name is going to be download. It's going to say since when, since the start time. So the start time we want it to be 1 hour ago. So to fill out this, we've got an action here called, if you just search for add date time, I'm going here and say, go and get the date time of this activity and add minus 1 hour. I'm just going to name it minus 1 hour. Now that we've got that, I come here and say since this time, give me all the activities. And you can limit the number. In our case, because I'm just interested in say 10, I can limit it to 10 or 20. And list downloads in the past 1 hour, and from here it's just an if statement. If, let's see the number of downloads. If, so number of events is actually what you're interested in, because a user may select like 10 files and say download. what Google does, it zips them up and downloads them as one file. So it's going to be one activity. However, the number of events is going to be 10. So that's the one we want to monitor. Is greater than 10, and you can change these numbers. I've selected 10 just for the demo purpose. More than 10 downloads. And if the user has got more than 10 downloads, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go and say suspend user. I mean, that this may be a bit harsh, but you can take the action which is suitable for your organization. So for this user, I'm going to go and say, suspend, but no need to archive, just suspend. And then after, you can go and say notify IT. But as I mentioned, instead of suspend, you may want to just go ahead and notify IT, assign a task to IT. If I say task, you can assign a task to IT, or you may want to create if you say you're using Jira or Trello or Asana, you can create a Asana ticket. Or if, for example, if you're using Jira Service Desk, you can create a ticket for someone to start reviewing this specific one, or maybe you're just using Google Tasks. You can again create a task for yourself. So it's from once you have established that there's more than 10 downloads, again, Zenphi's power is at your disposal. You can take all the actions, you can generate a report, you can add them to Google Sheet. It's as easy as that. One more thing before I finish this demo, I want to highlight is that this goes and monitors all the all the drives and shared drives across your organization for all users. If you want to limit them further, you can use filters here. Again, if I go down here, I've got the link open actually. You can add filters, like if you want to watch a specific folder, you can do that. If you want a specific doc type, you can do that. You can use all these values in the filter. For example, if you want to say owner is shared drive equals true, if on a specific shared drive ID, you can do that. And you want to see if the document, for example, is not externally shared and it's downloaded, only then notify me. You can also do that as well. So hopefully this helps you automate and say your compliance and security processes, and save you a bit of time. Thank you very much.